So today I want to talk about my experience shopping for primary home insurance for my townhome that I'm in the process of buying. It's in escrow right now. It's being built right now. It's a new construction. So I want to document my journey. So a big thing that I've been doing is shopping for insurance for my new build townhome that will serve as my primary residence. I have a video talking about buying insurance for my 20 unit apartment complex. If you're interested in that, check that video out. But this is for my townhome primary residence. So let's jump into it. So when I bought my primary residence townhome, which is being built through Lennar, the first place you start is you get a quote through Lennar Insurance, right? So Lennar will they don't have insurance, but they're a brokerage, so they work with other vendors. So they'll give you a quote, and the quote I was given was pretty high. Like it was um, I was expecting it to be around like 1,000 or less, and they gave me like 23,000 or 2,300. Sorry, and I was like, whoa, that's really high, right? And why it's high is in general for townhomes, the insurance is cheaper because you have something called an HOA, right? So the HOA will cover the exterior of the townhome and the roof, right? So if your townhome burned down, the HOA insurance would cover the exterior because you're sharing walls, right? Like in a townhome, it's kind of like an 8 unit apartment complex or 8 units attached to one building that share one common roof, and you might share one or two common walls, depending if you're an end unit or a middle unit. If you're end unit, you share one wall. If you're a middle unit, you share two walls. But in any case, there's a lot of shared space, right? So this has a high HOA, 580 or $535 a month, and in that $535, it will cover like maintenance of the parks, the pool, the gym, the amenities, the cover of the roof, the exterior, for any issues, right? So when you get insurance for townhomes, you get insurance for the interior only, right? So that's the difference between townhome versus single family home. Single family home, you have to get insurance for the exterior and the interior. It's more expensive. For townhomes, you only get insurance for the interior because your HOA, what you're paying, covers the exterior, right? That's why it should be cheaper. So when you shop insurance, you want to make it clear interior only, exterior is covered by the HOA, right? So, once again, you want to shop with multiple people. So I have a broker that I use for all my single family homes. I shot her an email. They'll ask about the property. Is it stick built, brick, frame? What's the roof? Is it shingles? What's the age? Is there like a fire, sprinklers? They ask a bunch of questions, right? So you just answer it, and then they'll give you a quote. For me, I usually try to increase the deductible amount. I think the lowest is 1,000, but I usually go to like maybe 2,500, because insurance for the most part you don't use it, and for like personal property, honestly, I don't put that much. I probably put about $30,000 or maybe $50,000 at most, because if all your possessions burn to the ground, um, it will replace that. But to me, to be honest, I'm so minimalist. My possessions aren't worth that much. The thing that's worth the most, that's probably that I own, is my laptop, and my laptop is like older my TV. So to me, if my inside burned down, oh well, just buy something new, right? So like, for me, I don't put too much for like personal property. For medical, you could shop around, but I think the default's about 500,000. So I'll shop that around. And then the next thing is like how much coverage of the interior. So what they do is they base it off of your purchase price. So if you bought something for $1 million, the minimum insurance is 25% of the purchase price, which is the value of the interior. So let's just say you bought it for $1 million, and the townhome for $1 million, and for 25%, you need about 250K worth of coverage to cover the interior, right? So for me, I did a little bit more. Um, they quoted me around, I think I'm doing around like 380K, which is about 38, yeah, about 350K, which is roughly around over 30% for a $900,000 purchase price. So, it's weird. So like, like I said, I got multiple quotes. I went through Mercury, and what was weird was I went directly through Mercury, and they gave me a quote that was $100 more expensive than my broker, who gave me a quote from Mercury as well, right? And what's funny is the one from the broker, both from Mercury. I went straight to Mercury, and my broker gave me a quote from Mercury. The one from my broker was not only $100 cheaper, but had $100,000 more of coverage, and that just confused me once again. I'm like, why is it when I go direct, it's more expensive, less coverage, versus I go through a broker, it's not only cheaper but more coverage. So it's a no-brainer. So once again, I think these brokers might have a relationship where they do bulk. Hey, I'm going to send 10, 20, 30 of my clients so they get a discount, right? So this is why it's always good to shop around, right? Like you want to go direct, you want to engage multiple brokers when you're shopping insurance, right? So through my broker, it was the cheapest. I think I ended up paying like $480 for $350,000 of interior coverage, which is super cheap. And I think my deductible was $2,500. Personal property was $30,000. Medical was $500,000, right? So, and every year when your insurance renews, don't assume it's the cheapest price. You want to shop again, right? Like this is how it slowly creeps up, right? So that's why, especially apartments, because the value is based on the upper income minus the expense. So if your insurance goes up and then your NOI goes down, your value goes down, right? So that's why it's very important to shop around. So, you know, so to kind of summarize this video, the key thing is when you're getting insurance for a townhome, that's your primary residence, you want to make sure the interior, the value is at least 25% of the purchase price, ideally a little bit more, maybe give yourself 35, 40%. You want to make sure that you adjust your deductible to see how the price adjusts. So whether it's 1,000 versus 2,500, for me that was pretty significant. It was about a $200 difference, which is significant. And you want to make sure that your personal property is lowered. That saves money as well. And then you want to shop this around multiple people, right? Even if you go direct, always engage a broker to see what they can do for you, because maybe they get a discount that we don't know about. And then what I do is I escrow my insurance into my monthly payments to make it easy. I escrow my property tax, my insurance, and potentially HOA as well into my escrow account to make my life easier, because I don't have to worry about it. It makes me easier to calculate cash flow too, and know my expense on a monthly basis. So I tell my insurance broker that as well. I want to escrow it, so I connect my escrow person with my insurance broker, and then they can communicate, right? So hopefully this gives you some clarity as to how to shop for insurance for your townhome, for your primary residence. Let me know if you have any questions down below. Please share this video with somebody who can benefit from this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you so much.